Hey, what's up, you guys? Raylo here from KidneyPuncher.com, here to bring you another review. Today, we're going to be talking about the MaxiMaus from CCI. But before we go any further, let's go ahead and dive down up close, take this thing out of its box, show you everything it comes with, take the whole thing apart, and we'll be right back. All right, you guys, so here we are with the new CCI MaxiMaus. So this is the tin that it comes in. Nice packaging, nothing else on this tin. So let's go ahead and open this up, show you what's inside. All right, so first thing you're gonna see is this very, very tiny, like kind of informational, slightly instructional manual here with a couple little tidbits and goodies on it, but nothing too important. Let's talk about the actual product itself. So what you see here is you have, pull that out. So right here we have the MaxiMaus itself, but let's go ahead and look at what else comes in this package before we dive deeper into this tank. So they give you an extra spare Pyrex glass tank, and these measure out, they're actually fairly thick, measure out to 1.5 millimeters. It also comes with a full, and I mean full, 510 adapter or top cap, if you really want to call it that, because this is a solid chunk of stainless steel. It also comes with a spare head. This is a Canthal build, and this is a 0.5 ohm coil head. And you can see these big, giant juice flow holes. And down in there, you can see your coil, and that is a 7.5 millimeter inner diameter coil. So you're getting plenty of airflow. Down here at the bottom, you can see your insulator and the portion that makes connection with your 510 pin. You also get your bag of goodies. Let me take these things out and show you what comes inside. You get 5 large O-rings, you get 2 smaller O-rings, you get a spare 510 insulator, and you also get an extra 510 pin. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the device itself. This device is stainless steel construction. It is 25 millimeters in diameter and 66 millimeters in height. So now let's go ahead and start at the top, work our way down to the bottom. So this nice wide bore stainless steel drip tip / top cap measures out to 11 millimeters inner diameter and then goes down into a 8 millimeter diameter chimney. So this drip tip / top cap also is how you use your top fill, and they have an ingeniously simple way of doing the top fill, which is spread across all the different Maus tanks that CCI makes. So you basically just grab on these little ribbed areas, give it a tiny little turn, not even a quarter of a turn, and it pops right out. So to show you exactly how this works, you can see these little notches right here on both sides. Well, those 2 notches line up in those 2 grooves that you see here and over here. And all you do is just line those up, pop it in, give it a slight turn, and it's not going anywhere. Very, very simple, very ingenious, and probably one of the easiest top fills I've ever used. So we'll continue working our way down from the top. So you can see nice engraving, Cloud Chasers ink on one side, and then the MaxiMaus Sub-Ohm tank on the other. Nice deep engravings. Of course, you go down here, you have your Pyrex glass like you saw on the spare. This is 1.5 millimeters thick. You continue down, you can see your coil head attached to your chimney. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart in just a second as we continue down. You can see your glass is held on by 4 O-rings, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the top. Then once we go down here, you can see your airflow. So this is fully adjustable. You just turn it and it locks in place, and that's it. Or you could turn it the other way, opens all the way up, locks in place for fully wide open airflow. Now, these slots measured out to 13 millimeters by 2 millimeters, so you're getting plenty of airflow on this tank. Now let's take a look here at the bottom. So you have a Delrin disc, very similar to like what we sell with the KP mod guards, but this is installed directly onto the device. So this will help with heat transfer and all of that happy, wonderful stuff. So what we're looking at here is a nice, solid, non-adjustable 510 copper pin. So this right here, you can see, sticks out tons. I believe I measured this out and it was about 1.5 millimeters sticking out, and it will not push in. I believe Kurt made a video about this a while ago with the original Maus tank and took a hammer to it and that pin's not going anywhere. So this is more than safe to use on any hybrid device as well as your regulated typical 510 pins. So let's go ahead and take this thing apart and show you what the other head looks like. So now we have this taken apart. You can see inside that chimney, it is not domed, it is a flat chimney. But again, like I said, the chimney itself measures out to 8 millimeters in diameter. And the threading inside the chimney where it meets the heads have been spectacular. I've had zero issues with them. So just go ahead and pop the glass off. Like I said, it's just held on by these O-rings down here at the base. And now we're taking a look at the one that comes pre-installed. This is a 0.2 ohm build in here. So this is definitely for you guys that like high wattage vaping and want to chuck some massive clouds. And these heads just screw in to the base of your device. Very simple to use. Just pop it in and screw it down. Voila. So you take a look inside the base, you could see your 510 pin sticking out right there, and that's what's going to make contact with the bottom of your coil heads. So let's take a closer look at the 0.02 head. So what you see there at the top, you could see there's like a wire mesh, kind of helps you with spit back a little bit. And you could see your wire running through the whole entire device, and you have cotton inside for wicking. This also measured out to 7.5 millimeters inner diameter. So again, ample airflow for these massive coils. And you can see you have the same big wide open juice flow ports on these coil heads. Very well made. I've had zero issues with these whatsoever. And make sure that you have your 2 clear O-rings on your heads before you insert them, so that way you don't have any leaking or flooding issues. And if you're new to these style of heads, you've never used a Sub-Ohm tank before, basically what you need to do is you take your juice and you would take that and just pre-saturate a little bit. I pour just a little bit of juice from my dropper in there and then hit each one of these little spots before I install my coil. So that way when I put my juice in, it's ready to vape almost instantly. So that's it for the up close portion of the CCI MaxiMaus Sub-Ohm tank. So let's go ahead and go back into FaceTime, talk about it, vape on it. All right, you guys, so we're back from up close mode with the CCI MaxiMaus Sub-Ohm tank. Let me go ahead and take a quick vape on this, show you how it performs. So, as you just saw, this does produce tons and tons and tons of vapor. If that's what you're looking for, this tank delivers. But before I go off on any rants, let's go ahead and talk about some specs. So first and foremost, like I said in up close mode, this is a 25 millimeter device, and it is also made completely of stainless steel and Pyrex. It is 66 millimeters in height from the base to the top of your drip tip. The 510 pin is copper. It is non-adjustable, but it does stick out at least 1 to 1.5 millimeters, and there's no way that it's going to fall in to your tank and cause a hard short. So this is absolutely safe to use on a hybrid device. But just as a precaution, always make sure to check and double check just in case. This does come with a dual airflow with airflow control to completely shut it off all the way to wide open at 13 by 2 millimeters on each individual slot. The stainless steel drip tip that it comes with is 11 millimeters inner diameter, and it also comes with the full top for your 510 drip tip adapter. So that way, if you have your favorite 510 drip tip you want to use, you can use it on this device. On the top where your juice fill is, that right there, I want to show you how I do this. So let me grab some juice here. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this Bradley's Kentucky Punch. So you just open it up, pop it open, and these juice fill slots that you see here at the top, those are measured out to 13 by 2 millimeters. So you have ample room. Plus with the raised lip here, it's very easy to fill this thing. So I'll show you the way that I've been filling this. I literally just take my juice and just dump it right in. It's a little hard to do on camera, but very easy to just pour your juice right into those big, giant juice fill holes. This tank also holds 7.5 mils of juice. So if you're looking for a lot of juice with big airflow and still get decent flavor, this tank has it. And it also comes with that bottom insulator to help with heat transfer to your device. And last but not least, it does come with 2 pre-built vertical coil heads. One that comes pre-installed is your 0.2, the other one is your 0.5. So that's it for the specs. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the pros, some of the cons. So first things first, with the pros is the airflow. So when you have this thing wide open, you have ample airflow to get the biggest lung draws that you're looking for. So if that's what you're into and you're looking to blow some major clouds, this tank's going to do it for you. So in my opinion, that's a plus. So another pro to me, surprisingly enough, was the flavor. This tank, while yes, it produces big clouds and it's from Cloud Chasers Inc., surprisingly has really great flavor. I was thoroughly impressed. So another big thumbs up for that. I haven't had this tank leak, flood, even a drip since I've been using it. So of course, that is a major, major plus. The top fill on this is ingenious and simple. The fact that it's as easy as just a quick turn and pull, pop it right back on, twist, and it's done. And you can pour your juice in there because that raised lip, that's a huge, huge, huge pro for me. And having this insulator down here at the bottom, definitely a pro because this does produce a lot of heat. So you want to have that heat transfer not coming down into your device. So another big pro. All right, so that's it for the pros. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons. So there really isn't that many cons that I could find with this device because let's just face it, it's pretty flawless in its design and construction. But one thing I did notice is when these are new, typically it's right after the first time you get it or when this dries. Sometimes this could be a little bit more difficult to pull off. But in all honesty, once it gets some juice in there, I've had zero problems. I mean, there's almost no effort now to do this. But it was something that I noticed when it was brand new out of the box that I did have difficulty pulling that off. And really the last con I had is it's a loud tank. So because of the mass amount of airflow that you have, you do get that loudness inside your device. So that's something to be wary about. This is definitely not something for sneak vaping whatsoever. And I guess one more con would possibly be that this thing drinks juice, but that's to be expected. Anytime you're going to use a cloud blowing Sub-Ohm tank like this, you're going to go through lots and lots and lots of juice. So just know that before you purchase this device. But other than that, that's it. So that was the specs, pros and cons. Let me go ahead and take another quick vape. Clear. So in my personal opinion, I think this is one of the better Sub-Ohm tanks that's come out on the market. So if you guys are looking for something that blows clouds, still has decent flavor, can hold 7.5 mils of juice, has an ingeniously easy top fill, I would suggest going for this device. If you're not into building and you still want to have that experience, get this device. This gives you that experience even with pre-built heads. I'm extremely impressed with it, and I would definitely go out and purchase this if I wasn't testing this for review. The coil heads themselves have lasted. I've had this 0.2 in here for going on a little bit over a week, and even when I checked it before doing this video, it barely had any damage to the coil or the wick. So I'm pretty sure this coil is going to last me at least another week. So that's also a big plus that I didn't mention in the pros and cons, but that's another thing to think of when you're getting this tank. You don't have to worry about changing out your coils all the time like some of the other tanks out there. So basically, that's it. That's really all I have to say about the CCI MaxiMaus Sub-Ohm tank. Since this is the end, thank you guys so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. And as always, vape on.